Hello, how are you today? Good morning. Well, today is a big and a sad day in England, and I don't favor royalty as a starting point, like, say, George III, for example. But I think Prince Philip is an extraordinary example in modern times. And I think it goes back to when he, as a young man and royalty, had to flee to live with his family. And I think he was born on Corfu. I don't know if you've ever been there in Greece, but it's the most beautiful island. It's many years since I've been there. I assume it's still the same way. And so I think when he found himself to be the first man after his love, the Queen Elizabeth, I think he believed that for royalties to succeed, there had to be changes. And I think his campaign was to make the royal family more accessible to them. And that was a campaign that went in fits and starts, as any, I suppose, campaign does. But I think he achieved that. And the second thing I think he made clear, which I think Markle couldn't withstand, was the need to make it clear to the public that what they did was a duty, not an honor or a privilege. In other words, it wasn't the citizens making them comfortable for no good reason, but they were serving a purpose and serving humankind. And certainly his personality was that. Another interesting thing I thought was that Charles, whom we may remember from 1981 in that fabulous wedding with all the pomp and circumstance to Diana, is now a man and of an age when his fathers died, and he spoke for the whole family when he spoke about the loss of his dad and the loss to the nation. And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say he appeared for the first time kingly. And so that may ease his mother's concern. And these will be difficult times for her, as it is ever to survive someone that you care about. So that's my view of the royal wedding. And I think, as the funerals today, I think it's a glorious and a very sad thing. And the man led a hell of a life at 99 years, and I believe she's about to be 95. So that's a hell of a family. Now, to go from that to what else is going on in the world, well, let's talk about something that's kind of fun. I don't know if you follow cicadas at all, but cicadas are these amazing little animals that pop out of the ground every 17 years. And people are afraid of them, but they're harmless. My wife Holly, once a cloud of cicadas came by on one of their earlier manifestations, and she just put her arm up in the air, and it was covered with cicadas. And a couple of people who saw it were shocked and dismayed. But you have to understand, her grandfather was an expert on ants and was consulted all around the world because of how he understood the colonies and what they could do and how they communicated and how they had a distributed network of understanding. So it's kind of interesting, but she's inherited that part of it, that is, that she can just dwell with the cicadas. And out our way, there are some people who make cicada pies. And years ago, I had a pretty stable mount, Achilles, I called him. And we were coming down this road that I'm walking on, and there was a circle of trees ahead of us, and the cicadas were in cadence, humming, back and forth. And he just put his two legs out in front of him, and he didn't want to go into that. He was just, and think about it, how often in a horse's life, are they going to be exposed to cicadas? And this was his first. And I had to encourage him, and he went through very terrified the whole way. So if you see cicadas, don't worry about them. Don't let your dogs eat too many of them. They'll get sick, only because they'll be overeating. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's my thing on cicadas. Now, How about strange things going on that are good news? Well, good news from my perspective, bad news from other people's perspective. Stone is back taxes, it's $2 million, and IRS is coming after him. That's a civil suit. We have a new oath keeper who is now cooperating with the government, and this happened on Friday. And apparently the information wasn't supposed to be revealed, but it came out, and we don't know who he's testifying. Is it only oath keepers or proud boys? Is he going to get Stone, for whom the oath keepers provided a security detail? Inquiring minds want to know. And then going back to the good old days of Manafort and company, we have a disclosure yesterday that Manafort was giving all sorts of data to Kalimnik, who we all believed was a Russian spy, and now it's been confirmed. So the guilt amasses among these people. But right here out on the road, it's pretty today. Sun's out, it's nice, and I hope you get a chance to get out. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.